Lakewood Ranch, it's pretty awesome. It's not surprising why so many people want to live here, but like every other town, Lakewood Ranch has its pros, has its cons, so in this video, let's talk about them. In my opinion, one of the top pros about living in Lakewood Ranch is that it is meticulously designed. It is a planned unit development, meaning that the infrastructure is all in place and it was planned out way ahead of time, starting in the 1990s. It is 33,000 acres. There are currently around 40 villages within Lakewood Ranch. The hospital is here. It's all about not leaving Lakewood Ranch. The supermarkets are here. Shopping is here. Recreational activities. I believe there are 150 miles of walking trails. There are ponds. There are lakes. Everything you need right here in Lakewood Ranch. By far one of the biggest pros. Now, although there is crime everywhere in the country, Lakewood Ranch is known for being a safe community with very low crime rates. I would check out citydata.com. I would check out the local police station to get all the statistics. But overall, Lakewood Ranch, very safe community to live. Okay, let's talk about the school system here. Now, I don't have kids, but I can tell you that the public and private schools, they're all top rated. A lot of them are A+ rated, and that's important for families. So the school system here, pretty phenomenal. Okay, this next one I think is a pro that a lot of people don't take into consideration. So Lakewood Ranch recently expanded into Sarasota County, which gives you access to be a little closer to downtown Sarasota. And downtown Sarasota, as well as downtown Bradenton, both fairly close, probably less than a half hour from just about anywhere in Lakewood Ranch, has a phenomenal arts and cultural scene. We're talking about art galleries, we're talking about museums, we're talking about theaters to see shows, way too many to list, but I promise you, there's more than you thought was available. I'm going to put some links in the description down below so you can see just what arts and cultural activities are available close to Lakewood Ranch. One of the cool things about having a planned community is that the commitment from the Ulines, who own the property, was to have lots of open space. And it's obvious. There are ponds, there are lakes, there's lots of walking trails in the woods. It's not just urban sprawl with houses and condos everywhere. It literally, physically, just gorgeous. Even if you decide you don't want to live in Lakewood Ranch, you can't deny just how gorgeous it is here. Beautiful. All right, the final pro on my list is the shopping and the dining options. You got UTC Mall, you have every chain restaurant here, you have some of the best mom and pop restaurants that I've seen. I've lived all over the country. There are some phenomenal options. So if you like shopping, if you like dining, they are all super close. Just in Lakewood Ranch. You can get over to Manatee County, you can get over to Sarasota County, have another completely different option when it comes to food. Okay, so before I get to the cons of living in Lakewood Ranch, do me a favor, drop a comment down below. Were there any pros that I missed? Any pros that you disagree with? Want to hear what you have to say. The next con, man, you just can't help it, and that is the traffic. Florida's doing a great job of expanding the highway. I-75 obviously is wider than it was a bunch of years ago. But there's a lot of people moving here, and that traffic, it is obvious almost all day. Once you get out of Lakewood Ranch into like Bradenton and Sarasota, the east-west roads, they were never built for the amount of traffic and the amount of people who live here, and those roads can be brutal. The traffic should be on the top of the list because, man, it's a con. Now, this could have been on the pro list, but I'm going to put it on the con list, and we're talking about the weather. Now, I hate the cold weather. I got on this lovely fleece today. It's not really that cold. It's probably 58 degrees. So wintertime, this morning it was 49 degrees. To me, that's a con. The flip side is August. You can't escape it. It's hot and it's humid. It's humid. Oh my goodness, it's humid. The air is thick, 90+ degrees, afternoon showers. The weather. Oh, the weather in Florida. You love it and you hate it. I put it on the con list for a reason. And did I mention hurricanes? It's Florida. There are hurricanes. Kind of sucks. The next up, we're talking about tourists. Yes, those snowbirds who come visit Florida during the winter season. You love them and you hate them. You love them for lots of reasons. They do great for the economy. I'm in real estate, so of course we love them because they buy a lot of properties here. But my goodness, I think when people come to Florida to visit, they put aside all the things that they know about driving and think that they don't apply here in Florida. And the population here doubles during the season, basically December to April. Christmas to Easter, basically. So that means that the roads are crowded. That means that the restaurants are more crowded. That means that the shopping malls are more crowded. You just have to have a little patience because the tourists are coming. They're coming. All right, the next one on my list, kind of disappointing, a little surprising. And that is the lack of public transportation. I know a while back they were talking about putting in a super rail that would take you to Tampa, Orlando. That was shut down, although I think they just put one from Orlando to Miami. But just here in Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota, Manatee, there's limited options. Yes, we have buses. Yes, we have taxis. Yes, we have Uber and Lyft. Actually, I just called Uber last week and they told me it was going to be 30 minutes before they can come. Random time, it wasn't like it was nighttime, it wasn't like an event. 30 minutes to wait for an Uber, unacceptable. So if you're listening, Governor, Mayor, do something about the public transportation. Up until recently, this area's had pretty good luck about not getting hit with hurricanes. But the reality is, this is Florida. Global warming is happening, and it is highly likely that the storms will be worse and happen more often. Lakewood Ranch, no exception. Hurricanes, they're legit. What do you think? After those pros and cons, you still want to live here? My contact information is down below. If you ever have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me.